Darling, ready to start the route for your exclusive character, Acacia? Then, before the ritual begins, you'll need to play a few games with me to raise my affinity. Darling, ride me as you please.
Oh boy. Snowbreak is having its 2.5 anniversary, and apparently it has turned into an uncompromising romance simulator.
Darling, actually, my affinity with you's been max all along. I'll show you my special cutscene later.
I played the game at launch for several months, back when it was more of an FPS shooter with anime graphics. At that time, there was a good amount of excitement for a gacha game with beautiful 3D character models both in and outside of combat, and none of that chibi nonsense. However, as it turned out, Snowbreak wasn't leaning into the fan service at all, and I guess that was one of the reasons the game lost players early on. Personally, I like the game's premise, but as someone who never really touched FPS games, I think I would have preferred more RPG elements fused into the combat experience. 2 years later, these concerns were clearly addressed. And man, did they course correct. Snowbreak's goonification and resulting comeback are an inspiration for any developer wanting to dip their toes into the gacha space. They would have probably been able to carve out a bigger market share and retain more players long term if they had chosen this route right from the beginning. But what's done is done. Anyway, now there's no shortage of beautiful character outfits. This is a long list of costumes, one more revealing than the next. I think this is a good way to monetize a game. Rather than leaning heavily on gacha mechanics and restrictive progression systems, you incentivize spending via cosmetics of popular characters, preferably for a fair price. Some of the idle animations are hilarious. She's catching that assault rifle with her butt, a truly remarkable feat. Here's a different outfit of hers, this time with a Gatling gun. I guess she's using it to pole dance? Lovely. This one comes with a costume as well. Drop dead gorgeous. Let's try her in battle. A pleasant sight for sore eyes. She seems to have a high range. I used to do a lot of sniper scoping with the AO, so that's right down my alley. This is her ultimate. Wow, she's blasting them to smithereens. I also really like the visuals of this version of life. She was one of the starting characters, but this outfit looks much better. Her kit seems to be designed for high mobility. Her skill teleports her in the direction you're facing, dealing damage along the way. When her energy meter fills up, which it does quickly as you land your shots, you can achieve the same effect via a dodge. Her ultimate is again quite flashy. This would look even better with a cluster of enemies around. The teleport via her skill and dodge help with positioning her into a crowd before unleashing this attack. But enough with the appetizers. Acacia, Chrono Echo is the main attraction of this patch. Aside from the romantic quote-unquote gameplay, she's also poised to be a strong DPS character in combat. Apparently, the devs wrote a whole user's manual for her kit. If you're a veteran, I'd be curious to know if this is normal and reading all this is working for you. For our purposes, let's go with the learning by doing approach instead. Acacia has two forms that can be switched via her ultimate. She needs to charge her face energy to access that ultimate. She starts a battle as her younger self, wielding multiple short blades. By attacking, she charges her energy meter. Her skill lets her change how her attacks work. By default, her shots are dispersed, targeting up to 4 opponents at once, ideal in AoE scenarios. This state is signified by the half moon icon. When using her skill, she switches to a converged attack pattern, where she launches 4 hits at a single target. This is signified by the assassin icon. With 16 face energy, she can activate her ultimate to transform into her grown self, now wielding a long sword. In this form, her attacks again charge 1 face energy per hit, this time going up to 36 to unlock the ultimate. Her skill deals AoE damage in a wide frontal area. To make things more interesting, she has a mechanism that enhances her skill for even more damage. Her attacks apply up to 3 stacks of time scar to the targets, which are consumed and converted to Radiant Tide via her normal skill. After doing so twice for a total of 6 stacks of Radiant Tide, her skill icon begins to flash. By holding down the skill, she unleashes a massive AoE attack. Speaking of massive, when her energy meter is filled, she can use her ultimate to send off another nuke, after which she is back in her younger form. Since her younger self requires only 16 energy to switch back and there doesn't appear to be a cooldown, you're essentially spending most of your time as a grown self. In the Back From Bygone event tab, there's also a more challenging boss battle where we can test our new character. Her mechanics are a little easier to showcase against a tankier opponent. Since this is a single target fight, we're switching immediately to a converged attack pattern that launches 4 hits at one target. That way, each hit charges 4 energy. After 4 attacks, we can change to a grown form via her ultimate. Now the flow of combat is essentially do 3 hits for 3 stacks of time scar, use her skill to gain 3 stacks of Radiant Tide, repeat once more, and unleash her enhanced skill. The boss is already defeated because this wasn't the final difficulty. Now it's hitting a lot harder, so I have to play more carefully. It doesn't help that I have no idea how this boss works. But yeah, the gameplay loop is just that. Get into a grown form ASAP. Then 3 hits. Press E. Another 3 hits. Press E. Now long press E for the enhanced skill. Repeat until she has 36 energy. Press Q to unleash her ultimate for big damage. That brings us back to the beginning of the cycle in her younger form. Pretty straightforward despite that lengthy kit description. As I admitted before, I'm not much of an FPS player, so I appreciate the skill and ultimate focused gameplay that leads more into the RPG elements of combat. Clearly, I still don't know what I'm doing, so the boss erased us with his attack. Time for life to take over. Her mobile playstyle seems to be better suited for the task. I guess her skill also provides an iframe, since I'm not taking any more damage with her. Moving on. For the casual gamers, Snowbreak also features a quite extensive dorm system where you get to hang out and interact with your waifus. This update brought a new base area called the Arcaverse with multiple minigames. As the name suggests, these are arcade style games, though it currently only features one game called Coin Champ. I'm not familiar with this game at all, but it seems that they've put quite a bit of effort into this. There are also other areas such as a hot spring retreat. Don't mind if I do. Oh my, is this too much for YouTube? Aside from enjoying a steamy bath with your waifus, you can also play a water gun version of Russian roulette. Truly peak gameplay. Now, for the veterans of the game, there's a small sneak preview of upcoming content from the recent CN Offline event. In the next version, a new busty fox girl will join Snowbreak's roster. There's also going to be a long-haired outfit of Frisia, so whether you like them big or small, there's something to look forward to. They've also let on that Life's new exosuit is expected to launch in the first half of 2026. Unfortunately, only a silhouette was shown. Seems like she's wielding some type of polearm? They've also teased a new playable character that previously appeared in the story. According to the devs, she's flatter than Frisia. I guess they're trying to recruit the leather fan base. They were also talking about a large sandbox map with vehicles in future events for more exploration gameplay. Lastly, good news for the dorm enjoyers. A base decoration system is in development and more extensive interactions with the girls are being considered for a deeper emotional connection. They're also hinting at a potential dating system. I'm surprised it took them so long. Anyway, that should do it for this video. I've been hearing about Snowbreak and its glorious gunification throughout the years, so I'm glad I finally got to give it another shot. I might do a follow-up once Marianne releases so that we can see her synergy in action with Acacia. If you're a Snowbreak veteran, let me know what you think of Chrono Echo and how she measures up to other meta DPS characters. For those who are new to the game or stopped playing before, let me know if this was convincing enough to add another game to your roster. In any case, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.
これからは新しいステージに進みたい。あなた一緒に来てくれる？じゃあ出発しよう。あなた着いたよ。契約用のアイテムを入手するための最後のステージ。2人の連携が試されるけど、私たちならちょろいはず。あなたもそう思うでしょ？私たちにかかればこんなもんだね。もう少し近づいて。あなた、世界で唯一私が自分の世界を共有したい人。私の番だね。これで永遠の契約、制約終了だよ。あなたがいたからこそ私はこの世界をもう一度好きになれたの。これからもずっと一緒にいて。